Hi everyone, Assalamu alaikum. Hope you all are doing well. Welcome back to my part 2 meal prep video for this Ramadan, wherein I'll be sharing different meal preparations which are oil-less, sugar-free recipes which are very healthy and unique one too. Also, we'll share several useful tips on how we can prepare variety of meal prep in less time. So here I was simply emptying my freezer as gonna clean it well and then also gonna do store all the meal prep in there. Altogether, I did 28 meal prep for this Ramadan, 14 of which I already shared in my part 1. So the remaining gonna share today, as all these prep recipes are oil-less, sugar-free, unique, healthy and tasty, and is also very easy and simple to make. And I've also shared various ready-to-cook one-pot marination. Also, I have shared how I organize my freezer with all these 28 meal preparation, sharing individually the end result of how they look upon freezing. Just make and freeze, as these prep are very healthy, useful, time-saving recipes that will save your time, energy, and you have a peaceful Ramadan ahead, inshallah. Hope you like this video. Let's start. So we begin with a very unique and healthy sugar-free drink for this Ramadan, which is special lemonade. For this we need large size lemon, as it extracts more lemon juice, and also I have taken some small and medium sized lemons too. And for making this drink unique and special, I am using an inch size of ginger and gooseberries. That's amla in there. For sweetener, I am using honey here. Now chop gooseberries and ginger into small pieces. This blend of lemon, ginger, gooseberry and honey is a great combo for weight management. Along with boosting the immunity system, it's a natural source of vitamin C. Now grind them and get a fine puree mixture. This mixture acts as a nutrient-dense tonic, as it boosts immunity and vitamin C to next level. It also reduces inflammation, promotes healthy skin and hair. It can be used daily to fight infections and improve metabolism. Now roll lemons on a countertop and squeeze the lemons and extract the juice. So here I have taken around 2 to 2.5 kgs of large size lemon and few medium to small size lemons too. I also used little water while squeezing them and extracted the desired quantity for storing them for Ramadan. This extraction takes a little while, however it's worth the result, as it's one-time job and you can enjoy the drink throughout the month. So you may take help of your family members too in this extraction, as it will be a fun-filled family time. Now add in the grinded mixture to the juice and give a mix. And to this add a pinch of salt. Here I added pink Himalayan salt and a pinch of black salt. Now for sweetener, I am adding fresh honey into it. You may adjust honey according to your taste. Here I added around 5 to 6 scoops of honey and then give a mix. Mix it well and a delicious, super healthy, super tasty special lemonade is ready. This juice turns in a syrup form, so store it in a bottle and it stays fresh in refrigerator for 2 months. Anytime you wanna drink lemonade, have this absolutely healthy and tasty special lemonade that's ready to have from refrigerator. And for storing it for long, you may freeze them and store the cubes, and it stays fresh for 6 months and more. All you need is a 3 to 4 tablespoons of this syrup and dilute it with water, and an extraordinary lemon juice is ready. We'll share you how to use them in later part of this video, so stay connected until end, as many useful and interesting recipes are shared that will be healthy, tasty and time saving too. Now this goes straight into the refrigerator and freezer, and the remaining goes in another bottle which will be consuming it daily now. Please excuse for the background noise, as some construction work is going on near our building, so please don't mind. Now these are the frozen energy cubes, another excellent sugar-free healthy drink for Ramadan, which I shared in my part 1 video. And these are the frozen lemonade. Just store them in a Ziploc bag and it stays fresh for 6 months. This energy drink and special lemonade is a must try during this Ramadan. So do try, and I'm sure you will love it. It's sugar-free, very healthy, and it'll keep you energized throughout the day. Along with boosting up your immunity, it's loaded with several health benefits too. Both of these drinks is a must try in every household, so do try and enjoy. After preparing the drink, it's time to store some fresh fruits. So here I have taken strawberries, wash them well and drain off excess water. Strawberries are very delicate and perishable fruit, and they spoil faster compared to many other fruits. Due to its short life, I always chop and freeze them to make smoothies, milkshakes and desserts. And freezing lets the fruit stay fresh for a longer period of time. Simply store the chopped strawberries into a Ziploc bag and freeze, and stays fresh for 3 months. So are the mangoes. Mangoes are climateric fruit and they quickly ripen, turn soft, and once overripe, they tend to decay faster soon. So it's always a great idea to freeze mangoes too to avoid wastage, and they freeze exceptionally well and last in the freezer for more than 3 months. Just chop the mangoes into small bite-sized pieces and place it in a Ziploc bag and it's ready to freeze. You may also store it in an airtight container if you like, and you can enjoy the mango delicacy round the year. So store these chopped mangoes into a Ziploc bag and it goes straight into the freezer. I will share all its result in the later part of the video, so do watch the complete video. Next, we move on to another very useful time-saving bulk meal preparation wherein I'm going to prepare Iftar and Suhoor recipes together. That's one pot meal prep. For that, I am cleaning and washing all meats. After cleaning, I wash all meat with turmeric and salt. And then now I separated the portion according to the dish I want to prepare. I also slit the pieces as it significantly makes marination better and allows flavor to penetrate deeper inside the meat. Also, I wash all meat with turmeric and salt as it removes raw odor, and as turmeric has antibacterial properties, it purifies meat before cooking. Similarly, I'm gonna clean and wash mutton and boneless chicken with turmeric and salt. Also, I'm taking my frozen ginger garlic chili cubes which I have shared in my Ramadan meal prep part 1 video, as I'll need this for bulk marination. Also, do you remember this container where I stored my green chutney? That's a combination of coriander, mint, green chilies, which I prepared in my part 1 of meal prep video. I'm keeping this aside too for thawing. Next, I'm cutting boneless chicken into cube-sized pieces as I'm going to prepare haram masala chicken skewers. So these are the sizes I need. Then I proceed in chopping another boneless chicken into long strips as going to prepare crispy chicken fingers. This multi-marination is one of the best tips if you are planning a get-together or a special occasion. And for Ramadan, it's one of the best time-saving tips as you can prepare multiple meals at the same time. Now I will show you how to prepare multiple marination in one time for one pot meal that not only saves time but also saves multiple dishes that gets accumulated from washing. So here is the tip. I first jot down the recipes that I'm going to prepare, then the ingredients that goes in there. Now divide the meat and then start the marination process. To the cleaned and washed meat and chicken, strain out all the water, just dab with a kitchen towel and absorb all extra moisture in there. Now divide the portion, then we're going to proceed with the marination. Here I had 1 kg boneless mutton, so dividing it into 2. Mostly there are common ingredients that goes in all the marination. So firstly I add the common ingredients in all of them, then individually I add the respective ingredients on each dish. So firstly I added ginger garlic chili cubes to each of the marinations one by one. Then goes in 2 tablespoons of green chutney to the top 2 marinations and around 5 to 6 tablespoons to chicken skewer marination. And this goes to the freezer. Then goes in 2 teaspoons lemon juice to all. Which is then followed by turmeric powder, and then goes in Kashmiri chili powder. I add it to all except chicken skewer marination. Now goes in black pepper powder to all, followed by required amount of salt. Here I used Himalayan pink salt. And now I am adding the required quantity of oil to each of the marination. After adding oil, I'm going to add the individual ingredients separately to each of the marination. Now let me share with you what are these one pot meal prep. The first one is peri peri chicken fry. For that adding 2 tablespoons of peri peri masala. Then goes in 2 to 3 tablespoons of cornflour and all-purpose flour, that's maida. Next we proceed with Nawabi chicken marination wherein I added some garam masala, then goes in almond cashew paste. Grind it well by adding little water and then goes in yogurt and milk. Ingredient details for all these will be mentioned in the description box, you may have a look. Proceeding ahead, this is buna gosh. For that, adding some garam masala, zeera powder, coriander powder, and few curry leaves. And this is mutton pulao marination. For that, adding some yogurt in there. And for green masala chicken skewers, adding some yogurt, cornflour and all-purpose flour and some red chili flakes in there. Lastly, for crispy chicken fingers, adding green chili sauce, red chili sauce, soya sauce, adding some mustard sauce followed by cornflour, all-purpose flour and 1 egg. Now mix well each of the marinations. This one pot prep not only makes cooking job easy but also minimalizes cleaning. Also marinating intensifies the flavors resulting in awesome taste and flavor. Also it saves lot of time and we need not spend time for preparing ingredients from core like sauteing, cooking for each and every dish. And during busy days or Ramadan days, one pot meal prep is always my preferred choice. I have shared all my prep ingredient details in the description box. You may watch them and do prepare such prep for saving time, energy, and easy cooking. Also, you can customize the ingredients according to your preferences as these are versatile dishes and every city, state, or country have their own personal touch. So, do make changes if you like. Now let me share you my personal experience. Whenever I prepare a meal and couldn't find the ingredient that needs for the recipe, I always look for another option to replace or just skip that ingredient. There wouldn't be much difference in the end result as ultimately home cooked food is best when it comes to health and of course taste as it's made with lots of love. So here you saw I prepared 6 different marinations at the same time that's ready to cook for both suhoor and iftar. All you need to do is just defrost, cook it in a pan and the meal is ready. So with this I move to my favorite part, that's labeling. Do label each prep. I will highly recommend as upon freezing all dishes look identical and it's very difficult to differentiate between them, especially soups and marinations like this. Labeling makes it easily accessible, saves time and makes meal plan efficient. You may also write date of preparation if you need. However, we usually consume all our prep within a month. I don't write dates, but yes, for some bulk prep which I store for more months, certainly I note down their prep and expiry dates. I labeled all except these two marinations as there is some process and coating required before storing them in the freezer. So what I do is I place this marination in refrigerator for 1 to 2 hours so it sets well. After a couple of hours the marination is set well now. So here I'm going to use the disposal tray which I received with the fresh chicken in there. So I'm going to use the same tray as it will save space. Just place a parchment or baking paper to avoid sticking to the bottom. So here I am preparing green masala chicken skewers. For that I have taken skewers which I soaked in water for 20 minutes. Now simply thread in the chicken cubes onto the skewers. You may also alternate it with veggies. However, I am keeping it plain with chicken. Until now, all recipes and marinations I share doesn't need deep frying or any extra oil. Now skewers are ready. You may shallow fry or do barbecue with these skewers. Now let me show you how to freeze these skewers. I just wrap the tray with a cling film sheet. You may also use plastic food wrap sheets. This avoids ice crystal forming on them which leads to excess moisture losing out while it gets cooked. Moving on to preparing crispy chicken fingers now. So here I am preparing masala breadcrumbs instead of plain one. For making that, simply adding some crushed kasuri methi. Then goes in chili flakes. You may also add salt if you like, however I didn't add it here. This coating gives a nice flavor on the outer layer of crispy chicken which is flavorsome and delicious. Instead of plain breadcrumbs, try this method. I'm sure you'll find the difference in taste. I place parchment paper on a disposal tray and now take the marinated chicken fingers and coat on masala breadcrumbs well as shown. These preparation doesn't need deep frying. You can shallow fry or air fry them. We'll share a detailed video on how I cook each of the frozen prep in my upcoming videos. So do stay connected with Nisha Thaju. And if you're finding these prep useful, then do subscribe, like and share among your near and dear ones as Ramadan is just few days ahead. The purpose of making such preparation is only to save time during Ramadan, as this is the most blessed month wherein every act of worship is counted. So spend most of your time in doing ibadah, zikr, various spiritual activities, and noble cause. I also sincerely pray for all my brothers and sisters around the globe who are suffering from all types of issues in this world. May Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala ease everyone's suffering and grant victory to them. After coating and layering the crispy chicken fingers, I wrap them with cling film sheet, and with this my one pot meal prep is done. And all this goes straight into the freezer, and I do label them for easy access. And these go straight into the freezer. And this we move on in preparing another oil-less healthy recipe, that's tuna cheese kebab. For that I boiled few potatoes. Ensure the potatoes needs to be well boiled. Now strain the tuna here. I use tin tuna, extract all water from it, and then mash the potatoes well till they turn soft and mushy. Now add in the tuna to the potatoes. Then we're going to add some spices and sauces into it. So here I have added turmeric powder, pepper powder, red chili flakes, crushed coriander cumin seeds, red chili sauce, green chili sauce, mustard sauce, some cornflour, breadcrumbs, salt as per taste, mozzarella cheese, some kasuri methi, crush and add them. And then goes in some fried onions. These are super crispy fried onions. I have shared this in my part 1 video. You may have a look. Give all a good mix. All the added ingredient details are mentioned in the description box. You may have a look. And now I'm going to add frozen coriander and mint leaves. See how they look upon freezing? It still looks fresh, right? Give all a good mix now. Many asked me, does frozen coriander and mint leaves discolors upon freezing? No, it doesn't. Just now I added it in a tuna mixture. You saw how fresh it is? The tip is, when you take out from the freezer, ensure to place it back immediately. Just take the required quantity of frozen coriander or mint leaves and then place it back immediately. Discoloration happens when you delay in placing it back to the freezer. So do follow this tip. So here I'm giving a kebab shape. You can give any shape you like. So grease your hand with oil and then give kebab shapes and place it on a tray. Layering it with parchment paper so they do not stick at the bottom, and continue shaping all the kebabs. Now we're going to proceed with the coating. So for coating, I beat 2 eggs, add in some salt and pepper powder and whisk it well. Then we need breadcrumbs. To make it more flavorful, I'm going to add fish masala powder into it. You may skip this part if you don't have fish masala. Just use plain breadcrumbs, it's fine. Now start the coating by first dipping in egg mixture and then coat well with breadcrumbs. In this way, when you fry them, they will not break and the texture will stay firm and crispy. And these kebabs doesn't need to be deep fried, just shallow fry or air fry them. Continue coating all the kebabs and I'll fry one of them and will share with you in a short while. Hope you are finding these preps useful. Then do like, share and subscribe if you are new to my channel, as I keep uploading useful videos like this on my channel. Also many other time-saving useful preps, cookware seasonings, DIYs, organizational videos, school projects and many more you'll find in my playlist. And will also share in the description box. You may have a look. With this, all the tuna kebabs are ready to go for freezing, and this last one I'll fry and show you how delicious they turned out. Before freezing, wrap it with a cling film sheet so it doesn't form ice crystal layer over it, and go straight into the freezer. Upon freezing, you may store it in a Ziploc bag and it's ready to use whenever you need. Along with this, I also prepared mutton seekh kebab which I froze, and this is how it looks. I've shared a detailed video on how to make mutton seekh kebab. We'll share the link in description box. Do watch if you're interested. Along with this, a very usual preparation which I always make is mutton samosas using spring roll sheets, and these are chicken spring rolls with chicken and mixed vegetables. These are my regular prep for every Ramadan, and I shallow fry all of these to reduce oil consumption. I've shared a detailed video on each one of them and I've also shared them separately too. From making spring roll sheets to spring roll fillings, and how to fold them, and how to make samosas with flour and also with sheets, all you will find the link given below in the description box. Do watch them as it will be very useful for you. I do label all my preps for easy access. Do try this tuna kebab and serve to your loved ones, and I'm sure they will love the taste as it's completely different and unique from normal kebabs. And now comes the another interesting part is assembling and storing them. I love organizing things wherein it's kitchen, wardrobe or a complete home. Those who know me personally knows that it's like a therapy for me. Also, it makes things easily accessible, it reduces wastage and gives a peace of mind as we can well plan for a particular day and have a relaxing day ahead. Now let me show you how all the frozen prep looks. So these are some green masala cubes, some veggies, fresh fruits which we froze. See how fresh they look. And these are my other prep which I shared in my part 1 of Ramadan video, from making aloo paratha to ginger garlic chili cubes and many more preps. Do watch it as it will be very useful for upcoming Ramadan. Simply stack them in a box or a tray according to your preference and easy access. Now another very interesting tip is you may clean chop vegetables and freeze them too. These are flat beans, see how fresh they look. Frozen vegetables stays fresh for 6 months in freezer. These comes very handy on busy days and on days you're not feeling well. These meal prep are real time and energy savers in our busy day-to-day life. And as I mentioned earlier, here I'm frying tuna cheese kebab as a snack as it was really a long day and now it's time to take a break. So this is how it looks, crispy from outside and extremely delicious juicy from inside. I'm also preparing refreshing special lemonade by adding ice cube. You may skip it if you don't have. Here comes another interesting tip with that. Once ice cubes are formed, take and store them in a Ziploc bag and this will save space in the freezer. Now add the prepared lemonade and just pour water and give a mix. And you see, fresh, super refreshing, super healthy and tasty lemonade is ready. Do try this drink for this Ramadan and also do try my energy drink which I shared in my part 1 video. It's one of the healthiest refreshing energy drink which you can have not only during Ramadan, even throughout the year. And do avoid excessive sugary intake, that's not good for health. After a short refreshing break, I moved ahead in arranging my freezer with all my prep. So herein I assembled arranged things by separating fruits and veggies on one side and the remaining prep separately. Rest arranged according to my needs and requirements. As you saw, the frozen coriander mint leaves stayed in the freezer itself throughout. As I placed it immediately back in the freezer, rest all the preps are kept in a way I can easily locate and access each one of them. I segregated Iftar and Suhoor recipes separate and fruits and veggies at the bottom along with other meal prep. These 28 meal prep is sufficient alhamdulillah for our entire Ramadan. I'll soon share how these preps are useful during Ramadan in my upcoming videos. Lastly, I place mutton and chicken mince on freezer door side and many interesting recipes are coming up. Hope you got some ideas, inspirations in preparing these meal preps. So do stay connected with Nisha Thaju. And also here I'm sharing my before and after look of my freezer. I wish you all a blessed, peaceful Ramadan ahead. Do lots of zikr, ibadah and do remember us in your duas. May Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala bless us all. We'll soon share another useful video on how I use these meal prep during Ramadan and how it saves my time. Thanks for watching. Take care. Bye-bye.